When you tell the other man that I've moved on, some men will also give you respect. They will respect
They
that.
will, but
They
it
will.
doesn't stop the fact that they will call to check on their daughter or their son.
Once in a while.
Obufumbo we bwatuuse simanyi wamubulengera bulungi
Tulengese.
bwetaaga
Like I feel like you have an ex
in the church.
No, what about?
Let me say, church, your ex is the worship leader.
worship
And also you
I think in this matter God gives grace to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
God did not give me that grace.
I think no, God did.
some friendships.
Hey.
We need to discuss
Even
that
with work
in
with
between.
We need to buy that.
there's some also there's some friendships like a co-worker. For example, a person can call your husband, "Hey banange, mwami gondi documents and bajilesewa." And you're like, "Babe, by the that babe should stop calling you."
Yeah.
Because abuza bich talking about office. You know, there's that, you know.
But what if they are calling for a genuine reason?
And if it's genuine, it's okay. Of course, it's genuine, nobody's taking it.
Unless they call over and over again. And what if this is their supervisor?
Oh, my supervisor, when I meet,
On me, I'm lucky. My supervisor, hello.
She's a woman.
She's a woman. But she calls me. She calls me.
But that is okay. Your husband.
No, just imagine if it was a guy. Because our work, you cannot do work alone and sit there because when you finish your work,
No.
I have to report to her. And sometimes we call just Karin. What do you think about this matter? She calls me. What do you think?
If it was a guy, he was
If it
going
was
to
a
wait for
guy.
you. He was going to wait for you at work and talk those things. He would have a respectable person. He would have some boundaries.
No, guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
It
I
depends
feel
on the
really-
nature of job you are doing.
Yes.
Because now, for example, when we finished COVID, somehow people started working from home.
From home.
And things haven't yet changed. So you expect calls like anytime, especially when you have stayed home. But maybe what you have to do you as an individual. For example, if it's time for Mr. Rubanga, I can tell you, Karin, let me call you back shortly. You finish what I've been discussing, but with work issues right now, where technology is taking us, that you're working from home,
Of course
you
you
find that you're not going to
communicate.
stop some calls from coming.
What I wanted
You're not going
to
to stop
talk
them
to
from coming.
Beatrice, and I don't know how you other guys will take it. Okay, you advise. If this person, they are calling for a genuine reason, why
It
would
is
you
okay.
be like, hey, no,
Karin.
why are you calling? Man,
Karin.
So for
You
Karin,
know when someone
let
is
me
being
tell you.
business. Of course, you're going to
what
clients
if
because
they are
it's
calling,
being
like they
jealous.
call all the
Let
time?
me, even if my husband
What
is
time?
to be called a
No,
million
like at
times,
8, at
you
1,
will
at-
know when
Till
the
working
relationship
hours
is not
end.
good.
Working hours, it's okay. Now you're midnight.
Yes,
no,
actually, guys, let's listen to what
The
Beatrice has
evaluation.
said. By the way, when they overcall people, you can sense that
Yeah.
this is a right
Work,
call
yeah.
and this is
Yes,
not a right call.
yeah.
If someone overcalls anyhowly, even you in your spirit, you can
can feel
sense
it.
and say, but this calls from Sandra. But their calls, even you can see the vibe.
Waliwo n'ekkola ya saa 12 ez'olweggulo naye nga nkyamu.
They are
Owulira nti
What
nkyamu.
about even a weekend at around 10?
But even those
But they
the
are
calls.
communicating like the guy should go. She's ready.
I'm at office. The documents are ready.
Yeah, the documents are ready.
No, what is meaning you? I'm already at office. I'm ready. I'm waiting.
But me,
But there are
the
calls
thing
there is
of-
also able to take it and manage this call.
Yes, you can
Things- the
understand.
thing
You
of
can.
ex-
eh.
we shouldn't. They are not our enemies, but we
You shouldn't
should be
give them
very
space.
sensitive.
Yeah, we need to be sensitive.
Very,
Yeah,
very sensitive, because it is also a sensitive matter.
Yeah.
And me, I usually use that. What you saw is what
You reap what you sow.
you reap what you saw. So friends, the things of calling people's husbands because he's your ex, and you guy calling someone's wife because he's your ex.
That's
But
not right.
we can't stay friends, especially me in the malls. But they
Yes.
cannot.
For Mani, on this show, we like giving life experiences. From my experience, my ex is not he doesn't even know why I left him. I just it didn't work out for me. For him, it was all going to work out, but for me, it didn't. But one statement, one day he called me and he said, but Beatrice, you love your husband. Why? I can't communicate. Like, like talina kye yankola naye I'm not going to talk to him, I'm not going to communicate to him for the sake of my husband and my marriage. And if you know the kind of person, normally bagamba omuntu ekintu kyakola naye kyabayagala bamukolere. So if you know your woman is like Beatrice, just save her the hurdle of telling her how your ex has given birth, you're going to take for her, the husband needs help, my dear.
It doesn't go that far. For me,
twogera kuba kitwala that far.
Those things we can't allow.
No, you don't need to take it far. You don't need
that far.
No, he should be.
My ex gave birth and I'm taking flowers.
Anyway, simanyi. I don't know how the public will take it, but these things are so personal. Even as we discuss it, it might not be the way another person is seeing it. Some people are even having drinks together with their ex, their family friends.
But also, we have to find out what does my husband think about
yes,
this. Yes, first of all, you hear from him. First of all, you hear. Yet I get into ex. Why are you bringing your ex?
Yeah.
If you feel like he doesn't want to know about.
Yes, don't bring. So what?
Nga tuli n'omwami wange. N'eriso likyuka. Talina kye yankola tanvumangako tamperezanko message naye nkugambye. Chimpi.
Yeah, but anyway, when you understand that your husband or your spouse or your fiancé or your whatever, they do not want anything about the ex, respect them.
Yeah,
Kati Sandra, let me explain myself. Lwaki bwentitwala. Nina ndowooza broken trust yentawanya. Broken trust from society, broken trust from maybe myself or my own experiences. Yeah, we've seen people no abanga bakozesezza ba ex baabwe nga a painkiller for their marriages, and their spouses don't know. So I feel like what stops my husband from so that broken trust is what gives me that thing I don't want to know. Nze chimpi wakomawo abera kwegamba anyway ekyo sagala kyogera kankikomyawo naye what I mean sagala because obufumbo butuuka ekiseera ne bukaawa muwe waliwo emyaka egikaawa n'ogamba muna engeri gye boogere nnyo ne ex oba amanyo engeri gye kubanga there is a reason why they loved the ex. There is a reason why I was dating my ex. Okay? There is that reason babi nti omusajja maybe wali olina kyomwagalako. Imagine ng'osanze Mr. Gundi eno takina bulungi tekitukira bulungi whatever it is tebiteredde bulungi olaba nga the other one maybe yasobola okukolawo kati ka relationship nekanandika okudevelopinga kati nza ka relationship ako kesagala ddala obutadevelopingira ddala.
But Beatrice kotayagalako ka developing me, what if they hide it?
It is okay. By the way, it is okay with me.
Yes,
so
because when
it is better when it is hidden.
By the way, it is
even
okay.
If they are running
whatever, it is okay.
Better see you.
No.
I'm comfortable when I see because in my prayer lines,
you know where to pray.
Yeah, I know where the prayer points when I'm on my prayer altar.
Okay, it depends on people. You know, we are different.
But anyway,
we are different. Because now, like people like Beatrice. People like Beatrice, if they've not seen something, they are not hurt. People like Karine, when you know something, it gives you a prayer point.
Prayer point in the understand is shattered.
No, by the other things we have to pray for. We have to pray for them. Because somehow, like we've said, even they might not be communicating like you're saying. But then, guess what? You've gone for a Dubai trip. He has gone for a workshop somewhere in Singapore. And then, no, they even just meet on the workshop by coincidence.
By coincidence.
And then they start from there. You know?
It
is starting from there, and then it has to be your prayer point. It is starting from there.
Kakati.
It's been a long time.
Okubera prayer point kirala. Kubanga n'omulala yena ina asobola okutandikirawo bonna b'otamanyi. Nze kyenda we pray offensively. Like just protect your marriage, protect your husband, protect your wife, whatever it is. Pray for them. Karine nkitegeera, I understand for me. Mbulirayo prayer point endala yo n'omwana wange yalwadde.
Me the enemy I know by the way. One thing I usually thank
the devil in Israel and the devil you don't know.
I know. My God, there's nothing you cannot be. I mean, toina chosobola kunkola. Nakutegedde. Me all the people abayina bye bankoze badde sibategedde. But as long as even the spirit now gamba that one.
The devil in Israel and the devil you don't know.
You don't win. saba nnyo nemekutegeera. Yeah, by the way, me, I usually encourage my boyfriend to communicate freely. I don't police him. So that in his communications, it's when I know, no. But it's so simple. Oh no. But oh no. Yetaga mujjako in prayer.
Yeah.
Full stop.
But bottom line, we should always set boundaries. We should set boundaries.
And no,
even with our other friends, even with not only exes, but even these other friends. Because even at our workplaces, at church, wherever we go, we meet these other guys. And then there's this guy you want, you're like, okay, now in my profession, when I work with Dr. So-and-so, I think he can push me somewhere. But then you have to set also a boundary that will not break into your what? That will not break your marriage. So in even our friends, despite the exes, let us set boundaries to have healthy relationships.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
Kati, no, as we conclude the issue of Barbara Chagamba, 2 points, setting boundaries. Another one is knowing what your partner. Some people are free. They don't. You can even invite them over for Christmas. But what I mean, people are free. I don't know which freedom is that. Like they are free to texting.
No, like over your ex-jari. Like.
Buli omu ali free that level naye kyekotegeeza communicating oba mu communicating amwe mumanyi nze kyemanyi ku mukwano babbi buli muntu ena ali jealous to some extent oba nkoseze ekigambo ekituufu nti all people on plain ground. I'm telling you, just let us sit a group of women, 10 of them, a group of men, 10 of them, and then receive a call and then tell them it was my ex calling me. Ngatana na kutegeera kiki kyabadde akubidde tukagamba ex.
Why would I say it is Katirachi if my ex, God forbid, my ex calls me? Nze wabanga he's my friend. Bangamba one mukwano gwange Mark yabadde one Mark yankubidde. Lwaki bangamba my ex?
Ba utamanyi ex won't wamita Mark.
Ate kati Mark aliyomo. Kati mukwano gwange nze like ex wange wabanga mukwano gwange nze kayo bane cha ex bamba. I don't think me and my ex twagina very deep bichi. We were just, over like relationship ya buto. Me feel like ono and Mark yabadde ankubidde and that's it. Like it's as plain as that. Senior attachment. For example, banga tukola naye. Ngam auno yabadde ankubidde badde ambuza tunet.
Ukachi relationship webera okubanga kati ne causes abuli kasanga temuna kibagatta. It doesn't make sense.
Even over the attachment you take a
unless no relationship like that said Mbo. For example, if it's a church member, maybe it can be ministry that is making him call. Maybe if it's work, but if there is nothing that is connecting the two of you, those unnecessary calls are not
even
called
for church.
They are not
to be very.
No, I have to be that. But right now we are in a season of organizing the church
but
dinner
your
and everything.
husband must have boundaries. Actually, for the church thing, you have to sit down. I'll go back to the co-parenting that we talked about. But for a relationship, you have to sit down.
Actually,
3 of you.
Yeah, 3 of you.
So, yes, and be like, when should you call and when should, because like Beatrice, you've said, Fena to know Uja. I not see this girl always calling the choir master because he's the choir leader. Always calling man. It is
anyway,
nonsense.
Kat, even nemukama tuwe omoyo wa magezi. Because Kat, for example, that instance of worship team and everything, if you want to pass on a message, you can even pass it into another person, and the other person communicates to the worship leader rather than you calling directly. Rather than
you attach value to him. Katobanga just me I don't know like
buzibu.
Just like any other person.
Leave him in his
even co-parenting.
Leave them in their camel. Give yourself space.
But the best thing would be.
So what? The
best thing would be. Obaja like if wabanga temukola you're not in the same working place which you never church
community.
If where you you're like muleke move on. But what we are saying, if you're working together, you're together when maybe, but set the boundaries and don't give him, don't attack.
But do you know we've seen people or protecting obufumbo bwabwe, because protecting marriage doesn't mean to musoke mufune ebizibu nyoke protecting. You're protecting otandikirawo from the start. Omanyi nti waliwo abantu, people who have had to leave certain jobs, people who have had to leave certain places because of the sake of their marriages.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
So,
it calls for that, why you do?
yeah, but then someone will feel like another person in the relationship you're insecure. If I say, Barbara, you have to leave that workplace, someone is like, how can I? You know, you are the one who's supposed to work on your insecurity. But in the first place, if that insecurity stays with the relationship, will not work. The marriage will not work out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that has been it. It has been a discussion hot. We ask you to comment in the sections below. Subscribe if you've not yet. Hit the notification bell. And we want to know from you, would you encourage is it okay for your spouse to continue talking to their ex? If it's not okay, why do you think?
Yeah,
why is it?
Share with us.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah. Bye.